From nothing. Okay, let's go. Hello guys, how are you doing today? Today I wanted to talk about how we can build our confidence from nothing. Building confidence from nothing. I want to be confident. I want to go outside. I don't want to think about what people want to think about me. I just want to be myself. I just want to be confident. I just want to go outside. I just want to socialize. I just want to talk. In life, confidence is so important because when you don't have confidence, you tend to avoid social events. You tend to avoid socializing. You tend to avoid doing things that make you feel uncomfortable, and most people tend to avoid being in comfort zone. A lot of people who are not confident are living in the comfort zone right now, just because obviously the idea of being confident is easy. But I have to tell you one thing: if you want to grow in life, you have to step out of your comfort zone. Now, if you don't step out of your comfort zone, you won't become confident, and you need to be confident to grow in life. You have to be confident. You have to feel yourself. You have to feel like, I can do it. I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to work. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to have the confidence and just do, no matter how you feel. Just keep going at it no matter how hard it gets. This is it. Like, keep doing it. Keep going harder. It is going to be hard. It is going to be challenging, but you just have to keep doing it over and over again. No one said it's going to be easy. No one said it's going to be possible. You just have to keep going, keep trying, and just never give up. To build confidence in life, the first step is you have to step out of your comfort zone. Why? Because if I'm in my comfort zone, I just want to relax. I just want to eat junk food. I just want to play video games. I just want to listen to music. I want to do things that are so comforting and that are so easy at the same time. I don't want to challenge myself. I don't want to put myself through hardships. I don't want to do the things that's gonna, be so hard for me. But I have to tell you something. If you want to grow in life, you have to step out of your comfort zone. If you want to be the best version of yourself in life, you have to challenge yourself no matter how hard it gets. This is life. Step out of your comfort zone and just do something. If you're scared to talk to people, just do it. If you're scared to exercise in the public, just do it. If you're scared to learn a new skill because you think you're going to fail and you have that fear of failure, just do it. If you want to build confidence in life, you have to step out of your comfort zone. If you do not step out of your comfort zone, you will not have confidence in life. You have to step out of your comfort zone. Even if you fail, just keep doing it. I promise you will improve. You have to step out of your comfort zone. If you want to be confident to talk to people, the first time you do it, it's going to suck. It's going to feel hard. But the more you do it, that anxiety will slowly reduce. Your confidence will slowly start to improve. And at some point, it will just be like nothing. You know what? I can approach anyone and just talk, because you've built that confidence by stepping out of your comfort zone. You've built that confidence by just doing something that feels hard, that feels challenging, that feels like, ugh, man, I don't know if I can do it. You have to step out of your comfort zone if you want to challenge yourself and if you want to do something in life. No one said it's going to be easy. No one said it's meant to be easy. You just have to do it. Just get out of your comfort zone. Just do it. Confidence is so important in life. If you want to grow in life, if you want to, exceed or develop your career, if you want to, become independent in life, you have to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow in life. For example, whenever you make a promise to yourself, learn to keep those promises. And when you learn to keep those promises, naturally you will build confidence just because you learn to keep those promises. Every single time you make a promise, learn to keep that promise. And when you keep that promise over time, you will see the benefit of keeping that promise, and that allows you to build confidence. Also, try to celebrate small wins. One of the best ways to build confidence, every single day, for example, go outside. Let's say if you're always inside your home, you barely don't go outside. Walk for at least 15 to 30 minutes every single day. Every single day, leave the house, walk for 15 to 30 minutes, and then, go back to your house and do that consistently every single day. This is called a small win, and celebrate that small win. I promise you, if you do that, naturally you'd feel like, what, I've achieved something. I've actually did something. Finally, I've, did some physical movements or something good for my body. That would actually build confidence. Another thing, positive and negative thinking. People who think so negatively, they don't go far in life. If you keep thinking negatively, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm never going to be successful, I'm that, everyone says that about me, especially if you rely on other people's opinion. Comparison is a thief of all joy. Don't compare your life to other people's life. These guys don't know you better than you know yourself. You know yourself better than everybody knows you, because you know what you're capable of. Don't think negatively. When you train your brain, I am dumb, I'm stupid, I'm never going to be successful, I'm going to be a failure for the rest of my life, nothing is going to work in my life. If you think negatively, then the outcome is you're not really going to be successful in life. If you train your mind to think positively, I promise you, you will think positive, and you will see it happening right in front of your eyes. But you have to train your mind to think positively. If you want to feel good, if you want to feel the best, if you want to be the best, if you want to train your mind to think good and be positive, you have to train your mind to think positively. Because negative thoughts, what happens is when you entertain a negative thought, it grows. And when that grows, it becomes a memory. And when that becomes a memory, it becomes a habit. And when that becomes a habit, you always think that. And when you always think that, you will always have a negative energy. I can't do it. I'm a failure in life. I'm never going to succeed. I'm always going to be down there. I'm going to be here every single day. Not up, I'm going to be here, down there. If you keep thinking negatively, you are going to be down there. Because you're just saying to yourself, I can't do it. I ain't going to be successful. Everyone hates me. I'm never going to reach success in life. Stop telling yourself. Stop feeding negative thoughts. Stop entertaining negative thoughts. Stop feeding your mind. Just like, the food you eat, for example, when you eat healthy food, your food is your fuel. When you eat healthy, that's good for your mood and for your energy. When you eat unhealthy, it will have negative consequences. It won't be good for your mood and energy. It's the exact same thing with mind. It affects your mental well-being and even physical as well. What you feed your mind will, depending on how you feel every single day. If you keep feeding your mind negative thoughts every single day, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm never going to win in life, I'm always going to be a failure, then I'm sorry, you're just training your mind to think like that. You are going to be that. You are what you think who you are. If you keep saying that to yourself, you are truly going to believe you're dumb. You are truly believe you're never going to be successful. You are truly believe you're going to be worthless. You are going to believe that you're no one in life. That's what you're going to think about yourself. I'm no one. I'm not capable of doing anything. I'm just dumb. And that's not going to allow you to be confident. That derails your confidence. That drains your confidence. You're just harming and sabotaging yourself for no reason. You're just going to destroy your confidence for no reason. And there's no growth in that. You're just going to, because if you do that, most likely you're just going to remain in your comfort zone for the rest of your life. You're just going to keep doing things that feel easy. You're never going to challenge yourself to do the things that's hard because you don't believe in yourself, because you're always doubting yourself, and because you always have negative thoughts. Don't think negatively. Negative thoughts, they are going to it's going to seriously affect how you think in life. It's going to seriously affect how you perform, how you feel, what you do in life, how things are going to go. You need to stop thinking negatively. Cut out the negative energy. Cut out the negative thoughts. Just believe in yourself. Love yourself. Say to yourself, I am handsome. I am cute. I am smart. I am capable of doing it. I believe in myself. I know I can do it. Just love yourself. Just truly believe in yourself. Just cut out the negative thought. Your confidence won't be there if you keep doubting yourself. Your confidence won't be there if you keep disbelieving in yourself. Your confidence is gonna you're chucking your confidence right out of the window if you keep saying to yourself, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm going to be a failure for the rest of my life. I know I'm not going to succeed. I know I'm going to be down there. I know I'm going to be destroyed. You're destroying yourself by having negative thoughts. It's so rare to see people think positively these days. It's so sad that negative thoughts is a scary thing. A negative thought is enough to destroy your life. A negative thought is enough to ruin your career, to ruin everything. Like if you are so drained in your negative thoughts, it's enough for someone to destroy their confidence. It's enough for someone to be so down in life, and it's enough to never grow in life. Believe in yourself. Have confidence in yourself. Don't say to yourself, I can't do it. Don't say to yourself, I'm dumb. Don't say to yourself, I'm stupid. Don't say to yourself, I'm not going to grow in life. You have to have confidence. You have to believe in yourself. There's no growth in I'm dumb. There's no growth in I'm stupid. There's no growth in I'm ugly. There's no growth in I'm never going to be successful. You're just doubting yourself again and again for no reason. And there's no growth in that. I promise you, if you want to grow in life, every single day, commit to one positive word about yourself. If you're dealing with negative thoughts, commit to one positive thing about yourself. Say to yourself, I'm handsome, I'm cute, I'm smart, I'm capable of winning in life, I'm capable of being the best version of myself, I'm capable of like doing things that will make me grow in life. Keep loving yourself. Keep being positive about yourself. Just being so mindful with what you say will have an effect on how you feel. Excuse me. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you certain habits that you can practice to reduce negative thinking. Number one, stop complaining. When you complain, I don't have that, I don't have that, I don't have that, I don't have that, I don't have that. Let me tell you something. There's always someone in life who's lower than you. If you have a basic life, if you live under a roof, if you have food, if you have basic salary, if you're living a nice, decent life, remember that there's people out there who are living in the streets, they're sleeping on the floor, they have nothing with their life. So stop complaining and practice to be grateful about what you have. Number two, move your body. Exercise, fitness, stretch. It's good for your body, it's good for your mind, it's good for you mentally, and over time, that will reduce negative thinking. Number three, read, meditate, study, go for a walk, do something that's nice and that's peaceful, and that will give you active resting. And walk in nature, explore nature, don't give up, believe in yourself, have confidence. If you want to grow in life, you have to just believe in yourself, you have to have confidence in yourself, and you have to say to yourself, I can do it, I am the one, I am handsome, I am cute, I am smart, I know I can win in life, and I know I will win in life. I promise you, if you just believe in yourself, if you just have confidence in yourself, if you just keep going in life no matter what, if you just keep doing no matter what, you will win in life. Don't let people stop you from succeeding in life. Don't let people stop you from being the best version of yourself in life. You just love yourself. Just believe yourself. Just say to yourself, I can do it. I am the one. Positive thinking, do habits, exercise, fitness, being around with positive people, exploring nature. Those reduce negative thinking. And celebrate small wins. Confidence comes through action. You have to take action in life if you want to build confidence. You have to move. You have to do something. You just start. Just do. And you will have you just need to take that first step. And I promise you, confidence will come in life. If you do not take that first step, you will never have confidence. You need to believe in yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to have confidence in yourself. Negative thoughts, it's literally damaging your confidence. Why? Because when you keep saying to yourself, I can't do it, I'm not going to win in life. You're just training your brain. You're conditioning your brain to say, you know what? Yeah, we can't do it. And this is scary. You know why? As I said, it will destroy it will destroy your mindset. It will destroy your energy, and it will destroy who you will be as a person. Stop saying to yourself, you can't do it. You can do it. Just start. You know, if you keep saying to yourself, I can't do it, 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 your mind is going to tell you, I can't do it, I can't do it, and you're going to believe you can't do it. There's a thing called the system of opinion, thought, belief, and action. So an opinion is when someone says something about you, and then thought is you think about it, and then it's a belief, and then it turns into action. But I want to put that to the side. I want to talk about thought, belief, and action. So a thought is, for example, negative thinking. A thought is, I'm not going to win in life. When you keep repeating that thought, it turns into a belief. You know what? I believe I can't do it. It turns into action. You give up. So whatever you think, and you keep feeling that you believe, and then once you believe that, it turns into action. You just give up. You have to stop saying stuff like this to yourself. If you keep saying stuff like this to yourself, you will never grow in life. You will never grow to become who you want in life. And you will not grow to become the best version of yourself. Stop saying to yourself, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. I will never win in life. I'm going to be a failure. Everyone hates me, you know. And, you know, when you do that, it's a thought that turns into belief, that turns into action. When you think positively, that thought turns into a belief, it turns into action. You want to continue in life. You know, I want to give you guys an example, right? Here's the first book. Here's what I'm reading in my first book. Ahmed always had a negative thought. Ahmed believed he can never do it. Ahmed said, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm never going to be successful, I'm never going to win in life, I'm always going to fail in life, nothing is going to come my way, I'm always going to be a loser. And because of this, Ahmed gave up in life. He never succeeded in life. He never really won in life. He always cowed down. He always stayed in his bed. He always stayed in his comfort zone. He gave up because his negative thought, his negative thought turned into a belief, and that turned into action. This is why he gave up. So Ahmed never really succeeded in life. Now let's talk about the positive book. Ahmed had confidence in himself. Ahmed believed in himself. Ahmed said, I am the one, I can do it. I have confidence. I know I'm going to win one day. I know I'm going to win one day. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care the struggles I go through. I'm going to keep going no matter what people think about me. I'm going to keep trying no matter what people think about me. I'm going to keep going until I win. Believe in yourself. Have confidence in yourself. When you believe, you achieve. When you don't believe, you achieve. And it's a psychological thing. When you actually think that, then you will not achieve because you already gave up. You already said to yourself, you can't do it. So you already gave up just because of that thought. But when you say to yourself, I can do it. I'm going to win in life. I'm going to be successful in life and no one will stop me. You start to believe that you can do it. And you will actually go and do it. And you will just keep going until you finally achieve your goal. You just have to believe in yourself. You just have to have confidence in yourself. And you just have to never give up. You know, let me tell you one thing, right? To build confidence in life, let me show you. To build confidence in life, you have to knock that wall over. Here's this wall. This wall right here represents your comfort zone. And this is you right here. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're not going to build confidence because your comfort zone is not allowing you to build confidence. Unless you smack that and then you go through, you will build that confidence. But as long as this card right there remains here, you see that card? This card right here, it remains here. This is my comfort zone. This is me. I want to build confidence. But I'm too scared. I don't want to start. Now you step out of your comfort zone. Okay. Now you've succeeded. Now you're going to build confidence. And this is life. Knock out that wall. This wall is useless. And just start. Just take that first step. The first step is always the hardest. But the more you practice, I promise you, the more it gets easier. But it won't get easier if you don't take that first step. You have to take that first step. You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Then over time, I promise you, you will succeed in life. But if you don't have confidence in yourself, if you do not believe in yourself, you will not succeed. Just step out of your comfort zone, be around positive people, exercise, fitness, meditation, reflex ball training, growth block session, sleeping, waking up on time, eating healthy. In fact, when you step out of your comfort zone, you will grow in life, but you need a structured, disciplined life. If you have a lifestyle where you eat healthy, let me tell you something, right? The food and the lifestyle you have, it affects the way you feel, and that can affect your confidence. For anyone who eats junk food, who eats shit, for anyone who does no fitness, he doesn't do exercise, he's in his comfort zone, he's not going to have confidence, because the things he's doing is not making him grow. It's making him growing less in life. But when you actually step out of your comfort zone, when you build a steady, balanced, structured routine in a lifestyle, when you exercise, when you do fitness, when you take care of your body, when you take care of your mind, when you take care of your mental health, when you do the things that will actually make you feel great and support you in the long run, then I promise you, you will build that confidence. You will feel like you can do it, and you will just feel like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to win in life. I know it's going to work. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. This is where you build confidence. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I am the one. I am the one. I am going to win in life. I know I'm going to succeed in life. I'm not going to give up until it finally happens. And when you do that, you will grow in life. You will be the best version of yourself, and literally everything will change. Step out of your comfort zone. Be around positive people. Fix your lifestyle, and just ask yourself, do you really want to change your life, yes or no? I'm sorry. Just have confidence in yourself. Just believe in yourself. And I promise you, everything will change. But you have to start. Thank you so much for watching my live, and I'll see you guys on another day.